Hello, my air signs. Sorry that I'm getting this video up just a little bit late. I know my deadline for myself was the 5th, but I did shoot another video for this reading for my air folks, and I just didn't like the way that it was coming out. I didn't like the you had pretty much every card was a major Arcana card, and and when you get a lot of major Arcana cards, it can be very general, and I felt that the reading was very general, and I wanted to be a little more, personable, something that you could pull from and have some kind of guide in your life. Well, I did this reading, and pretty much you got major arcana again. You've got one card that's not a major arcana, and so this month for you air people is going to be, I wouldn't say life changing, but there will be life lessons that you will learn. There will be experiences that will continue to repeat itself over and over and over until you learn how to combat it and make it not happen again. Um, so before I get into your reading, I actually wanted to go ahead and tell everyone that Dia and Glammy Witch are doing their practical spirituality um, talk show on Blog Radio on April 17th on Spiritual Detox. And yes, I wanted to plug that anyway, but it kind of ties into your reading too as well. So first, let me go ahead and put this out there. The first indicator card that I got, that I drew for air, um, it's a Guanyin card, the Guanyin Oracle card, and it's the Lotus Throne. And the Lotus Throne is telling you that sometimes the best teacher aren't always physical. Sometimes they're not always on the outside. Sometimes it's the inner voice inside you that is the teacher. Um, it's kind of like intuition in a sense. Intuition is kind of everyone's teacher, but if you go against it and you don't listen to it, then you pretty much know that bad things happen. You kind of rewind. You're like, man, I should have listened to my gut feeling on that. I feel like things are happening, are gonna happen, that where you get some kind of warning in your gut and you go against it. It's something that you're like, no, that'll never happen, and it happens. Um, so just to put that out there, so listen to your gut for sure this month. Um, for the first week, for the first card, I got the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is a card. Um, it's about relationships, but it's more about that expression, sharing is caring. Well, there's such as a thing as oversharing. And I feel like this card is warning you to be careful who you share your thoughts, your life, and your things with, because they're not respecting them as you respect them. And I feel that there's going to be some kind of blowback if you continue to overshare. I feel that there's an instance that might happen to where what you say or what you do or what you give is used against you. Um, Someone a long time ago told me, life is a lot like court. What you say and what you do will be used against you in a court of law. It's the same thing with life. What you say, what you do will be used against you in life. Some people will find some way to use the good things you do against you, and I feel that something is happening around you right now. You might not be quite in it yet, but I feel that there are some warning signs out there that you are starting to notice that these things are going on. And so my advice to you is to kind of step away from your usual crowd, whether this crowd is in work or your social life. I feel like there's something brewing around you, and just be very careful. And if it does pardon me, if it does hit you, the situation hits you, be careful how you present yourself in that situation, because sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it that really upsets a lot of people. And I get the strong feeling that I need to tell you to be careful of how your demeanor is when this situation happens. So that was the first card. The second card actually goes into my advice, and that's the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is just saying it's time to pull away. It's time to be just with you. It's time to realize that there's a gut feeling inside you telling you to pull away. Your intuition at this point is starting to look at things. It's starting to present certain ideas to you, certain emotions, certain images in your head or something. However you get your intuition, it's letting you know maybe it's time to pull away from this. Maybe it's time you should be alone. I'm not saying be alone forever. I'm just saying pull away from this instance right now, or bad things will happen. And I feel that it's tugging on you. It's really pulling the strings, and you're just not quite seeing it. You're like you hear it, but you can't believe it, kind of situation. So the next card promptly goes to Strength, and this card is saying, basically, it's telling you, hey man, no one can do this but you. You know, no one can step in and be like, hold on, let me take care of this situation. I'll do it for you. They're not. It's not going to be like that. It's something that you've got to do, and it's telling you that you've got to have the strength to do this. You've got to muster it all up and cut the ties that you need to cut with right now, because it's not going to happen otherwise. And the last card is the World card. And the World card is basically telling the air people right now to start really looking at the things around them, looking at the people that are in their lives, looking at the things they do, and figure out if it's actually working for them in their world. Is it going against the world they want? Is it going against your goal? Is it going against the success you want? Because ultimately it's you that have to do things to make success. You know, there might be people in your life that distract you from that, and maybe those are the people that you need to kind of push back and let them know that you're busy right now. You can't go to the club, you can't go drinking or whatever it is that is your distraction. I feel that it's time to pay attention to your world, to the things that are happening in your life, and focus on where it's going and what success you want in it. So with that being said, those are all your cards. Um, April 17th, a spiritual detox with Dia and Glammy Witch on Blog Radio. That's really all I have for you guys, so I'll see you guys next month.